Hey guys, what is up? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to episode 226 of Constructing Los Dangeles. How's everybody doing? We are back on the city today, and a few episodes ago, I started doing a video called Plaza Planning, where I kind of made these little mini models of what I was hoping the future of the plaza would look like. Well, today, we're going to get started on the actual full-scale design of my final result. So, right here was the one that we chose. It was pretty much unanimous in the comments that we do one last gigantic skyscraper right in the middle of the plaza. And I've already got it started kind of creating that space down below. So I took some time and I went ahead and I moved a bunch of stuff out of the plaza. I went ahead and made the second water feature, okay? So don't fear, guys, don't worry. You might be wondering, oh my gosh, where is the Beacon Tower? Where's Flower Pot Coffee Shop? And most importantly, where's Papa's Pizzeria? Don't worry, they're all still here. In fact, I just simply moved them right over here. So the Flower Pot Coffee Shop is right there, and then the plaza, or the Beacon Tower is right next to it. So those are going to be the new permanent homes for those two buildings. I think those are perfectly good spots for it. I think it kind of works out nice because I like the fact that the Beacon building's right on the edge of the ocean. I think that looks really cool. And also, having the Flower Pot Coffee Shop right next to a gas station also makes a little bit of sense. So, they're also kind of overlooking the beach, and I think it's kind of cool. So, as far as Papa's Pizzeria, it's currently not on the map, but I promise you guys it will be back soon. We will find a spot for it. I already have a plan on where I'm going to put it. So, don't worry about Papa's Pizzeria. It will be back very shortly. So, as you can kind of see, we're putting together the model. So, I also added in the cobblestone kind of like walkways that I was talking about, and I even modeled them here. So really today's episode is about starting to work on this tower, okay? So we have the two water features checked. They're all good. They're put in. As you can see, they go all the way down to bedrock. And I also had to get rid of the water features below those. Like there used to be, for example, I'll give you guys a quick peek here if I can find it. Here we go. Yeah, there used to be water features here as well. If you guys remember way back in the day, I had to kind of get rid of the water down here because they were making a lot of noise. So those are now gone, but we are going to start like a new era on the plaza. So I know this is a lot of change to swallow in like a short period of time, you know, and a lot of stuff changes quickly. You know, it's hard to kind of take it all in quickly. But don't worry, guys. I made 2 saves of this world right before I made these changes. So there is a save of Los Angeles, literally like with the plaza back to where it was last episode. You know, what you guys expect to see. So even with like the ice skating rink, which is, you know, technically still here. It's just covered up. So, but yeah, I mean, so that's basically what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to get started on this skyscraper. And let's just jump right into it. Let's start to create like the dimensions for it. And again, this is going to be the largest skyscraper on the world. So let's just get started here today, guys. And we're going to see how this goes. If we end up not liking this, it's totally fine because I have another save of Los Angeles. So we can just go right back to that. And that's really all I plan on working on the next couple of episodes is this plaza, trying to figure out what I want to do with it. So today's episode is going to be real preliminary. We're just going to start to kind of feel this space out and try to create some dimensions for this new skyscraper. So I'm obviously going to make this thing extremely wide because it's going to need to be taller than the Eclipse Towers. And the Eclipse Towers, in case you're wondering, you know, you thought that was the tallest part of it, but no, they just keep on loading here on Xbox. They just keep going up and up. So the Eclipse Towers, by the way, I put the interior on the other Eclipse Tower. These things are gigantic. These things are 220 blocks tall or something like that. If you're talking about the Y coordinate. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a map real quick because I want to try to get the max height right now. So yeah, this is like 220, so that's really high up. So basically, this building is gonna be even higher. This is gonna be the maxed height of the building. So let's go ahead and let's just take a pillar up all the way up to the top, just to kind of get a little bit of a gauge on how tall this place is actually gonna be. Then we're gonna work on some dimensions, just try to figure out like a base and go from there. So as far as the style of this building, I'm hoping to make it kind of like a mix between a modern style building as well as, you know, a traditional skyscraper. So we're going to kind of mix it up. As you can see, you know, you thought that those buildings were tall, like these skyscrapers, you thought those were tall. This one right here is going to dwarf those. It's literally going to be 100 blocks taller than those. So right up here is block 256, which is the max height. It even makes the Eclipse Towers, like, well, we're looking down on those. Like, that's how tall this thing is. So it's going to be a little insane. I think this is going to be a really big project. But if we work on it, like, honestly, there's not a whole lot of things left in the world for me to work on in terms of exterior stuff. So I should be working on this a lot. And if we kind of stand right here and just picture a skyscraper being this tall, like you can just barely see the top from down here, and that's going to be how tall this place is going to be. So it's going to be a project. Let's just give it a chance, guys. Who knows if this is going to be what we finally settle with. It could be the best build on the world. You never know. All right, so now I have to count some dimensions here because I want to make this a perfect square. So let's go ahead and count this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then there's another 18 over here, so that's 36. And then 19, 20, 21, 22. Well, actually, I should probably count from 36. 38, 40, 42, 44, 45. Okay, so 45 blocks across is the difference between those blocks, which is cool. I think that's a good number. So let's go ahead and count it here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, and 45. So right here is going to be the spot for this corner of the building. So we're going to do the same thing over here. We'll just kind of line it up, ballpark it. So I think right there is where it would be. So we'll do that. And I think that's right now. Actually, I think we have to take that right there, I think. So, yep, that's lined up. So there's the 4 corners, all right? So that's how wide the base is going to be. That's really, really big. And we'll see if it's going to be that big. Ultimately, on the little plan here, it is kind of that big. So that's kind of like a little start. Okay, so now what's the next thing we got to do? As a matter of fact, look at this. We have a little mistake on the base of this. This is supposed to be there. And that doesn't really matter. But, all right, so the next thing we're going to do, let's just take up these pillars. And we're going to take them up, I don't know, maybe like 40 blocks or so. We're going to start off like, I think I'm going to go 3 levels in this thing. So we're going to start off with like a main base level. And then we're going to do kind of like a second level. And then there's going to be like the 3rd level that goes like all the way up. That's going to be like 20 floors. So we're going to start off with these initial levels here. We're going to start off with some pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's just make this an even 20. Okay, so another thing I want to do on this build is I want to start to apply this little principle that I have for building skyscrapers that I didn't really do a whole lot on the original skyscrapers of this world. As you guys know, most of the skyscrapers in this world are pretty old at this point, so a lot of them aren't really that well planned out. I plan on making this one like really well thought out and, planned real properly. So I'm going to, do elevators first. Like that's the first thing I'm going to do. Staircases first. Make sure those are in perfect spots where they're not going to be like bugging or intruding anything. Because that's been an issue with kind of coming back in and doing some of the interiors of these skyscrapers. The elevators, it's hard to find great spots for them because they take up a lot of space and you absolutely need them. So I believe this is going to be 20 blocks. We're going to start using the map for this because it's a little bit easier to mark coordinates. So, yep, that's 20. So we have kind of our 2 base pillars here. And this is going to be one hell of a project, guys. So we're going to have to really take it in stride. All right, so I'm going to start to take out some stuff right here. And this is going to be a little bit difficult to kind of detail this right because, I'm not really sure what to base it off of. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to just create little details, throughout the whole place. So we'll put something right there, and I'll probably do something like this. And then we can start working on some windows. So for windows, we're going to use some stone for this, I think. I don't want to use like super standard blocks. Like that's not what I'm trying to do here. But I am going to use like stone, quartz, gray wool. I'm going to try to mix in some other stuff as well as I go. But just for now, we're going to start off with the basics. Okay, so we have this, and then I'm probably going to take this out a few blocks, let's say like 4, and then we'll take this up a little bit. We could probably do another pillar after that, and we'll have this go up. Again, this, I might do like a little bit more of a detailed sketch at some point to kind of get like a really nice idea laid down before I like really add something that I don't like. But so far so good, so I don't have any issues with this. So we're going to keep on going. Okay, so this is going to go like that. We'll take this up. And again, I'm going to add the upside down stairs. So this right here is going to be upside down stairs. Place that there. And then right here, there's basically going to be windows. So I'll probably take some cobblestone out right here. And then we're going to start grabbing these windows. So I'm going to use black stained glass. I think that's kind of obvious, but I'm going to start off with that. I'm going to kind of take this up and start off making like a first window. Same thing right here. Take this across and bring it up. Do a 4x4, I guess, to start. We'll see if we need to change that later. Probably not. Might have to change the elevation of these windows depending on where I decide to put the floor of this place. I might make a little like step up, so that's why I'm doing them 2 blocks off the ground as opposed to 1. Alright, so then we're going to take up another pillar right here. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start to add some leaves and things like that, because that's a great way to add some color. So, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab some anvils and some spruce leaves. And I could do these in a couple of different spots. I could do them like right here in front of the windows like this. Kind of have them like just right in front of the windows. That's a possibility. Or I could do them in a different spot. So let's kind of give a couple of different options here. This is actually off of what I had before. So let me kind of break this. So this will go up right here. And I'm going to be working on this build a lot lately, guys. This is going to be, you know, this is like a major project. This is like on the same lines as like the stadium and the Eclipse Tower and the Alpine Mansion. This is like one of those projects where it's going to be the center of my attention. You know, it's going to be like the main attraction of my time. And then I will be coming in and doing like other stuff along with it when I need to. So I think we can honestly even spruce this up a little bit more in terms of design. And I'm not talking about spruce wood. So let's see if we can kind of maybe do some upside down cobblestone stairs there. And then maybe like that instead, just to make it look a little bit more indented and detailed. So let me go ahead and destroy these bushes real quick. Alright, and we'll do like that coming out. And I'll place that there. And we'll place this right here. And now we have to kind of decide where I want to put these leaves. So, I could put them like right here. This could be an interesting spot for them. Kind of have like the anvil being slightly covered up by the stair in front of it. Kind of do something like that as like the corners. That's a possibility. It's already looking, you know, pretty fancy just as a start. Okay. And let's see what else we want to do to this. So, what I'll probably actually end up doing is making this window on the edge here just a little bit smaller, because I don't want that, like, it's going to be difficult dealing with the corners. So maybe I'll change this up a little bit and do something like this to kind of fix that problem. It's all preliminary, guys. We'll see what happens. But honestly, all the stuff that I've put in so far, I am 100% good with. I think it's all coming together nicely. So that's the reason why I wanted to do that. So it's not like intruding that corner there, because I don't want like windows like right on the corners. So if you know what I mean. Alright, so we'll probably take this up an extra block there. And I could definitely add some stuff around the edges here. So maybe do some upside down stairs kind of around this corner. This is going to be a super detailed skyscraper. That's going to be fancy. I'm not really sure what's going to be inside of this place just yet. I have a couple of cool ideas, but nothing is set in stone. I want to do maybe like some sort of like business conglomerate thing, kind of like a Wayne Enterprises, I guess, if this was like Gotham City. That would be kind of cool. We could do, you know, like a stock exchange. That's another possibility. We'll see. I'm not really sure what I want to do. We'll figure it out though. Okay, so then let's see. We got to do this right here. And then we got to start thinking about some sort of like archway, like some huge archway here on this front cobblestone part, because that's going to be, you know, where we're going to try to make this place look real fancy. Okay, so we have something like this. Let's take this up again like that. And then what I'll probably end up doing is taking like a lining of quartz or something like this, maybe some quartz slabs upside down, kind of having this run across. I'm not even sure if I like that, but we'll see. Same thing here. And then I'll probably end up doing like a double layer of quartz stairs here, kind of going around the edge, because this is going to be, you know, about 20 blocks tall. So right there obviously is not tall enough. And I might even make these windows even taller than they are already. So that's another thing that I'm probably going to do. Okay. So something like that looks pretty cool. And let me go ahead and break this just to humor myself for a second. So what if I did make these windows taller? Like, I'm talking like 8 blocks tall as opposed to 4. Just to really, because this place is going to be huge. I have to kind of keep it in the back of my head that this place is going to be on a absolutely enormous scale. So having like gigantic windows like this is going to look like small windows on anything else. So got to kind of keep that in mind as I kind of continue here. So I'll take this up, have this go all the way up to the level of the one on the corner. Then we're going to have to try to figure out some sort of huge archway entrance. I think that's going to be a challenge for sure. We can definitely take some inspiration from the theater, though, because I think we did something pretty cool on that. And let's go ahead and do it right here as well. And we're going to just do these pillars real quick. These pillars suck putting these in, but you got to deal with it. Okay. And there we go. All right, so we have the kind of like this is a start, and wow. Okay. So this is looking awfully fancy. I'm going to take these leaves and kind of continue them upward. Going to have this go right here. And I'll probably end up putting some more leaves on those. I might actually even make those 2 blocks, but just imagine that design and then the same thing over here, so you get the idea there. What I'll probably end up doing, let's see, we got 1, 2, 1, 2. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing some upside down stairs here. This is probably where I'll cut that off. Right there. And I'll probably end up doing some other designs in here, so maybe something like this, just to kind of add some stuff to it. So we'll do the same thing here, like right around the edges of the leaves, just to add some detail. Oh, I like that. Okay, so now what can we do? So as far as the middle is concerned, this is going to be something that's going to be a little tricky. Okay, so let's just get started with something simple. So right here, we're going to take this up. And I'm just basically copying what I had on that side to this side just for a second, just so I can kind of see how much space I have to work with in the middle. So right here and here, and then we're going to put some slabs down. Got to make sure I remember to do that on this side as well. Okay, and there's going to be another pillar going up through here. Make this small for now because it doesn't need to be tall. Whoops. Have this go up and right here as well. Okay. So let's see. Now what I want to do is add like a kind of like an archway thing here. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Let's say I do one right here and one right here, like kind of on these edges. And these pillars, I don't know if I want to make these pillars like that wide though. Let's see. So these pillars will go up. And this would probably be like really tall. So let's say we take this all the way up to the 20 block tall height. I'm just going to do this on, I got to do this. It has to be done so I can kind of visualize it. So we'll just fill it in real quick. And I'll probably have like a huge glass wall here behind it with some doors entering the building. And you guys also might be wondering, you know, how is this place going to work with the back as well? The back also connects to a road right in front of the Outback Steakhouse and other stuff. So the way I'm going to do it on the back is I think I am going to just kind of make like a little back entrance thing. Because obviously not all 4 sides can have like a prominent entrance. So on this side, you know, I'll have something else. It obviously won't be like some sort of super fancy archway thing, but there will be like another entrance on this side. So we'll get to that when we have the time. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have to do here? I made this one too tall. So what I would do from here is I would probably have some pillars going around like this. Probably take these down actually a couple of blocks here. There we go. And have this go across like this. And this is going to be just like a little arch. I want to make this wider, so I'm not even sure if this is going to work, because this is not like a huge space. So I might have to cut down on the other parts just a little bit so that I can kind of make this work. But okay, let me just see how this is going to look if I do this. So that would be right there, if I can get these to place properly. And there we go. And then right here we would do this. Okay. So how is that going to look? I guess we could do something like that as well. And that would kind of be like the front entrance. It's not wide enough. Like, I want that to be wider. So what I'll probably end up doing is taking, this pillar here and then connecting it to this pillar on an arch, but I'll probably stick those out a little bit so they're not like on the same level as the glass windows. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to break this. That's not what I want. So we'll scrap this. And I just realized that we are flying through the time. We're already about 20 minutes into the episode. So I'm probably going to go ahead and conclude it here for today, guys. At least we got some stuff started here on the new plaza. This is a big leap, and I think this is going to be pretty awesome when it's finished if we can really make this skyscraper look good. It's going to be tough to build this thing on such a gigantic scale, but I'm trying to put my best foot forward here, and we're going to try to create something that's really cool. So thank you guys for watching. Man, the time flew so far through this episode. I didn't even get to my question of the day, so that sucks. I'll get to that next episode, I promise. And yeah, and next episode I'll pick up and probably continue working on the skyscraper. So there's a lot of changes going on here in the city, but I think we're gonna start to create something that could potentially be pretty awesome. So we're building this skyscraper on a large scale. We gotta start off with the base. Obviously every skyscraper needs a base, so it's gonna take a little bit of time before this thing really takes some shape, but once it does, it's gonna be pretty darn awesome. So thank you guys very much for watching. It's been Dangeles. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of CLD 227 in a few days. But until then, everybody have a good day, and peace out.